I'm Kate. The following segment is sponsored by Hollis, Wright & Clay, PC. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, whether it's from a car accident, a slip and fall at work, or you simply need someone to provide legal advice, do you know how to find an attorney who works best for you? This morning, we're hearing from attorney John Spade with Hollis, Wright & Clay. John, thanks for stopping by this morning.
Yes, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So when somebody is looking for a lawyer, whatever the circumstance may be, ideally before something bad happens, what are some things to keep in mind finding the right fit?
Well, the first and most important thing is to answer or ask a lot of questions and try to speak to somebody directly. I mean, we see commercials. They are inundated on TV, internet, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. It's important. That's just a starting point. Ask the questions, contact somebody, determine, who's going to be handling the case. Do y'all handle these types of cases? What has been y'all's success rate with these types of cases? Ask those questions and get a good understanding, because this is the person that's going to be helping, guide you through the process. So ask those questions on the front end and get some level of, sense of security that this is someone that's going to be a good fit for me.
Good to know. How does Hollis, Wright & Clay, how do you all kind of separate yourselves from other firms?
Yeah, it's the legal marketing space is pretty inundated, as I mentioned. One thing that Hollis Wright does that's kind of unique to us is we have a impeccable bedside manner. We also have a lot of trial experience, and so communication is key. Keeping our clients, informed of the process, what's going on, what's happening, why we're doing what we're doing. And then we try a lot of cases. We tried multiple cases last year and got, upwards of 8 figures worth of jury verdicts in Alabama for our clients. And so, having that trial experience matters, sets us apart, because insurance companies know that. And at the end of the day, that's who we're typically negotiating with. And so if they know you can take the case all the way to a jury verdict, that helps get a better result for our clients.
Absolutely. What are some common misconceptions that you all have found when people first start talking to a personal injury attorney? Maybe they haven't before. What are some things that you find are some myths you got to bust there?
Well, probably the biggest are time and money. Okay, if somebody is saying that they can get you cash fast or guarantee the result, I would probably steer clear. That should raise some red flags. Unfortunately, the legal process is not an overnight process. It takes time. Courts are backed up. And the more valuable a case might be, the more work typically has to go into it. Insurance companies and individuals don't like paying money. You have to work to get a good result for your client. So it takes time, and there's no guarantee that you can ever get a certain result. So we do our best to vet everything on the front end and to set realistic expectations. But if someone's saying I can get you a check tomorrow, that's raises some red flags.
Absolutely. That's not how it all works.
Correct.
Yes. Now, if somebody feels like their case isn't being handled properly, what are some warning signs, some signs that this might be not a great fit?
Yeah, it goes back to communication. You want to be comfortable with the process. You want to feel and know that your case is being handled correctly. And if, trust your gut. Don't check your common sense at the door. If you feel like you're in the dark about your case, contact your lawyer, contact their staff, ask questions, follow up. And if you're not getting that response, then you have the right to go a different direction if you want to. But I would start with the lawyer and the firm that you came here with, and ask those questions and try to get a clear sense and clear line of communication with them.
Good to know. John, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Certainly. All right, it's time for the little ones to get out their favorite gowns and don the